It's funny, we think a lot about the counseling sessions that we attended with you, and one of the things that I definitely always go back to is what you said. You said that marriage is a mystery.
Mhm.
Once you get married, things just change, and not necessarily in a good or bad way. It's just different. Once we got married, I realized that everything I thought I knew, I had to completely just let go of and throw out the door, and really lean on my faith. Um, and anywhere it's from just leaning on family or friends, or just prior experiences, to really navigate and manage through marriage. It just didn't work. It was really just leaning on our faith, and praying to God and putting God first in our marriage. And I think that that's really what has kept us together for 13 years.
I'm laughing because we have a 6-year-old like knocking on the door, which is nothing to be concerned about. Like the closed door never means anything. So that's why I keep looking at it. Missy, we're talking. Close the door, please, sweetie. So it's funny that William started by saying marriage is a mystery because it's funny how we'll just, even all these years later, we'll reflect back on like specific things. And it's interesting that we can recall those things, but specific phrases that you used, or how you impress certain things upon us. And with marriage is a mystery, I remember that you said, uh, you know, couples can go to sleep one night, they could be sleeping in bed one night, wake up the next morning, and get married, and things are just fundamentally different, right? So that's something that we just reflect on every now and then. But for me, how has my faith uh, impacted our marriage? And I would say I can't think of how my faith hasn't impacted our marriage. Fundamentally, I think I realized very early on. I knew, William and I have very different personality types. I don't know if people can tell this through the screen. I'm very outgoing and extroverted. I'm never have shied away from a microphone. We're just, and William is much more reserved, introverted, and there are other ways in which we are outwardly different. But I think that what we realized very early on, we thought this before we got married, but realized it in our marriage, was that the strength of our union comes from the fact that when it comes to the thing that matters, right? The thing that matters is our faith, our belief, what keeps us going. We are absolutely on the same page. We are very much alike. And so I think that we have leaned on that. I think that we're very proud of that, right? That we're so different in so many ways, but fundamentally, when it comes to our belief in Christ, when it comes to who's at the head of our lives, we're on the same page, and that has made all of the difference. And just another, real specific example. One way that my faith has helped our marriage is that there have been times where I wanted to, strangle my husband, and I just couldn't understand why he did something. I would be angry with him, but then I would remember that I would try to remember the way that God sees him, and that God smiles upon him and is so pleased with him and is so, uh, just happy that he exists. And I would try to see him in that way, even when I was upset and angry with him. Try to, uh, extend some of the grace that God has extended so freely to me. And so that has really helped.